Hat, check. Shirt, check. Carrying case, check. Alright, let's do some proper shilling.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them, collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. By the way, I am not a financial advisor. Everything that I'm about to say is for entertainment purposes only, and to talk some smack with you guys. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. With that said, let's look at the Nintendo Direct through the eyes of an investor, right? As you know, we've talked about Nintendo stock before and how it was trending down and how I thought it was an opportunity to get in. Because I think that Nintendo is a multimedia company that thinks it makes video games only, right? That's the way it acts primarily. But here we can see the first steps into what eventually it's going to become. Number one. Number two is this is a time I'm going to jump in with both feet, right? Because I can see this company in the future rising. So I want to talk about a couple of things. First, let me talk about the games that I liked, that I love seeing. Number one is Bayonetta. Wow. We've been waiting for this for almost 5 years now? But you know what? It must be a great game. You know, Nintendo has pretty high standards, and they won't release anything or let their devs, whoever they're working with, release anything until they feel it has reached a certain level of quality, especially for something that they pumped up. So I think that's the case here, and I like what I saw. I have to say, I like what I saw. I'm a big fan of Bayonetta. I enjoy the game, so I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a big seller. The other thing, we got some more Metroid Dread, and let me say, guys, I haven't pre-ordered the game, haven't bought the game, but the more I see it, the more I get excited for it. You know, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get the pre-order, the special edition, and I hate to say this, the amiibo. But hey, that's water under the bridge, right? I will order the game, I think, but I'll wait for it to go on sale. I'm buying things more digitally now, especially things that go on the Switch. It's become my primary, console for playing retro games a lot of the times, unless I'm playing them, in the old console. So, I enjoy playing them like that, and just the portability of it, and with the traveling I usually do when there's not a pandemic, it's really convenient for me. Now, moving on to the next thing, the new tiered program that they're going to have, including the wonderful Genesis, right? With a with a 3-button controller, while they gave Japan the 6-button controller, is unforgivable unless they're going to sell both here. But it is what it is. And here's the one you guys can criticize me for all you want, because I have no rationale for it other than I'm a degenerate game hoarder. That's the Nintendo 64 service that they're going to have with the controller. Guys, I predict this controller is going to blow out, right? I'm going to be on it trying to get one as soon as possible, as soon as I saw it, right? And we all know the problems that controller had in the past, yada, yada, yada. But I'm telling you, once I saw that one, my game hoarding instincts started kicking in, and I was just like, geez, like I already knew. Okay, well, if I get that one, does it mean I have to get the rest? I'll start with that one for now, right? But man, I don't ask me why. I have no, other than having a fondness for the Nintendo 64 and playing a lot of soccer and Mario on it, I have no rationale. Other than I want it, right? As soon as I saw it, I knew I was going to buy it, so put me in for that. I'm all in on that one, and especially because one of the problems that the Nintendo 64 had, it was a little rough back in the day. They were trying to do what they were trying to do at that time, but you know, they didn't have CD power, right? They didn't go with a CD attachment, they went with cartridges, and there was great limitations to these games, and I think that this is going to be a good thing for the games, right, while they put them out there. When I told you in the past, one of the reasons Nintendo was, you know, shutting down a lot of these companies that were trying to put up, you know, emulation and reimaginings of these games and what have you, it was strictly because of this. This is what they're building. This in the future will be a service that's going to be a money maker for this company. And that's one of the reasons I love this dock, right? Because I know in the future, this is going to be a revenue stream that's just going to be very low maintenance. All they have to do is, once they have the infrastructure, stream these games, and we're all going to be hooked, right? The other thing that it does, guys, it's going to drive down the prices of retro games, because why are you going to go pay, you know, $200, $300, $1,000 for X game when you can just stream it? It makes no sense. So in the end, as the older gamers stop collecting because they're not here anymore, or they just lost interest, just like any other fad, these prices will eventually come down, right? So it's going to be great for the company in the future, and it's the first building block of this. Now, everything needs a catalyst. I can see many people already, how would I say, disappointed or not as enthusiastic as they would be for the movie, especially because of the castings. Chris Pratt, the voice of Mario, I imagine he's going to be doing a voice. You know, it's rather disappointing that they didn't get the original voice actor to do it, but this is Hollywood, man. I mean, they have to make money. Somebody's going to invest in this, and they need star power to bring it in. Not everybody is a, you know, Nintendo fan or a Mario fan per se, but a lot of people are going to have kids. You know, he's considered a pretty safe bet as far as, you know, bringing all kinds of audiences in, international. So I think it's going to create a good buzz, but I think it's a great first step after that debacle of that horrible movie they did way back in the day, to bring something new, something fresh, and something that people will like and will be commercially successful. And I think that will be the first step on really churning. If this movie hits, it'll be a great catalyst for this company to eventually start becoming the multimedia juggernaut that I know it will become in the future. Now, also, don't forget what that's going to do, guys. If this movie does well, what else is going to pop? Their theme parks. You know, the theme parks that they have in the works that actually got, you know, they got smacked down like everybody else with COVID, right? But those are future revenue centers. Believe me, especially if they become interactive with the consoles, these parks are going to be pretty successful, at least as I see it. As of right now, my feeling is that this stock is undervalued, and it would only continue to rise. It's a long-term hold for me, right? I'm going to invest in the stock and keep it for a long period of time, because I think over a long period of time, this is going to be a $200-300 stock. That's what, a 4 or 5x, you know, which is typical over a long period of time, right? Don't believe these, you know, 12, 20x's, whatever. They do happen for traders. But most of the people that, you know, view my channel or are in video games, you know, they're not traders. They're not daily traders looking for that flip, looking for that quick money turnaround. They just want to, you know, participate in the market and things they're familiar with. And this would be a pretty good start. You know, if you buy one stock of Nintendo for your kid for, you know, for college, you know, every 6 months or whatever investment plan you have or may have, this might not be a bad choice. Again, not financial advice, but that's something I'm considering to do, besides my own personal holdings, of maybe spreading the cheer out to other family members. All right, humans, that was my reaction to the Nintendo Direct from an investor's point of view. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every weekend and whenever I feel like it. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Ring that bell.